here's the thing that I don't like about the simping for Andrew Tate. Even if we assume that he didn't sex traffic or do anything bad at all like that, he should still be antithetical to every single conservative value you have. He managed women. He propagated the whole sex industry thing. He runs fucking casinos, which are unethical if you're Islamic, or it's supposed to be. He even admits on camera, and these aren't like shady things, these are just things he does part of his business. He conned men by pretending to be, you know, the women and getting guys to pay for trips to embassies and shit. He, you know, he stole money from women's taxes because he thought it was funny. He would bring women over. They try to 15, 16-year-olds and they brag about it. Like, even if you get
physical abuse against women,
yeah, like even if you get rid of all the illegal shit in the sex trafficking, that should still be like antithetical to every value you have as a conservative. So it's weird when like PBD, do you know who that guy is? PBD. Paul Bet. He's got a big podcast now. He gets a lot of mainstream people. Candace is on his show.
Oh, no, the guy that I keep calling him, he's Persian, yeah.
Oh, he is. Yeah, no, you're right. He is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept calling him Greek, and people kept correcting me and saying, "No, he's Persian tree." I'm like, "Well, goddamn!"
I just assumed he was South American. I have no. Listen, I'm a white guy. They're all the same shit to me.
I'm not the only one.
It's all the same shit. But I'm in Miami. Okay, if I see any dark-skinned person, I'm like, "Oh, what's up, bro? Are you from Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela?" Like, I just assume you're from Central South America. All right? Yeah. Okay, dude. Iranians. Every Iranian that I've met in the United States is some rich, crazy. But that's okay. Racism aside. Yeah, but like PBD and Candace, when I hear like these strong, traditionally conservative people like super simp for Andrew Tate, I'm like, bro, these guys are spreading more degeneracy than like any single liberal that you could ever think of. How the fuck can you, even if you ignore the sex trafficking stuff, that's insane to me. Yeah.
It just goes to show you that it's all about a narrative, and it's always about money and power. I mean, you can, if Jeffrey Epstein was alive and he was, you know, given a lot of clout and power into the people on the right, they would still like defend him too. But because he was such a friend, he was such cool friends with Clinton, you know, that's the reason why he's the enemy on the right.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with the rights are against pedophiles and they're against rapists, and it's the same. It's two sides of the same coin.
Or could you imagine if the Lauren Boebert or whatever was a Democrat jerking a boyfriend off or whatever in a theater?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
She's such white trash. And I was, oh God, I was so disappointed when she announced her divorce. And I immediately was like, what did she do? I'm like, because one of the things is like, you get into politics, you got 5 kids. All right, one is a juvenile delinquent, by the way, and you got 2 young children. Why are you getting divorced right after you won your re-election? Barely won her re-election, by the way. And then when they showed the video of her, you know, he's grabbing on her tits, and I was like, this is just some trailer trash right here. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
You know?
And there are so many of these people, like Sarah Palin. Do you remember when her daughter got pregnant for like the second time or third time after doing? Yeah. And then you got
that's
like,
not trailer trash. What would you call Sarah Palin though?
She wasn't trailer trash, but I know she was big on that abstinence only shit. That was a big part of her thing.
Her daughter had it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that George Santos guy, if he would have been a fucking Democrat, you would have never heard. Yeah. Sorry. Real quick, I'm so sorry. Somebody on YouTube said, why does Tree claim to be on the right? I don't get it. Okay, something happened with the parties to where on the left, okay, I don't know if this will trigger you, Tree. I'm not trying to trigger you if it does. But on the left, you've got the center left and the far left. And on the right, you've got like the center right and the far right. And the far left is like 5% or less of the party. And then most people are just like run-of-the-mill Democrats. That's the majority. Now, it doesn't seem that way because when you go on Twitter, you just see crazy, young, and progressive, white, insane kids all the time. But then on the right, you've got like, it feels like it's almost flipped. There's like 5 to 15% of like these kind of traditional Reagan or maybe even Bush era conservatives. And then everybody else has just become a Trump fan. They're not like conservative in any sense of the word anymore. They're still like, they're not even really Republican voters. They're just like Trump fanatics.
Exactly. They're not Republicans. They're just Trump supporters. That's all. That's just the difference.
Yeah. They're not Republican or conservative. Like they're not Republican. They have no party allegiance and they're not conservative. They don't even have the values at all. Yeah. And it's just insane.
Yeah. Well said. What is the name of the gun organization? I can't
the NRA?
He came down here in 2000. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. He came down here in 2017 for NRA convention. I was there. I was sitting in the third row. And he stood there and he told all of us, don't worry about your guns. I'm not going to take your guns. Forget about it. The Second Amendment is safe with us. Then this mother sit up here and not only passed the bump stock ban, not only allowed the ATF to redefine an accessory on a long gun or AR, but he was thinking about banning the compressor. And, here's the bigger thing. This idiot supports red flag laws. So, and I'm sure you've seen the video where he's sitting at a table and Mike Pence is sitting across from him, and they're talking about due process. And so Mike Pence says, well, we shouldn't really take the guns until they go into court to, it's innocent until proven guilty. And this orange said, no, I think we should take the guns away first and then let them prove that they should have it or something like. I'm
the problem too is that like you got all these young people and all these, no offense, these brain dead Republicans who see Trump as like this Republican savior. But if you really imagine, if we put aside the political bullshit for a second and you think who Trump is, that position isn't really that surprising, right? You got a guy that's coming from New York City. This is like a New York City real estate developer, liberal guy, right?
I felt that he was a Democrat. I told you the first time we talked, I said Trump is a Democrat. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing. Yeah, like this guy is not like a dude from Alabama or Georgia or some strong conservative or even like upstate New York or whatever. This is a New York City liberal real estate developer guy, comes from money, lives here his whole fucking life. This is not like, this guy is not cut from a conservative or libertarian cloth in any size, shape, or form. I'm just curious. Do you think there's a correlation? Because I've heard this from a lot of like more dom-leaning women, that some of the more subby guys are people that have like very aggressive or type A personalities. Do you think that in general, do you think that's true, or do you think it's just like random for whatever?
Oh, it's absolutely true, because a lot of what I laugh about with the red pill community is when they talk about, high value men, these men, they don't want no 304s, they don't want these women, they want a submissive women. No, they don't. They come to me or they come to Dominas, especially if they make that type of money, for escapism, because a lot of men who are leaders or they're chiefs or they're CEOs or they're just business owners, they want to come because everybody's kissing their ass. Everybody's doing what they got yes men, yes sirs around them. So they want to go to someone who doesn't care and will say, I don't care about how much money you have. I don't care about the car you drive. You're my slave. You are under my control, my power. I own you. They love that, even if it's just temporary. They love the escapism of surrendering to a woman that will tell them what to do, that will humiliate them, that will tell them that will just dominate them. And they enjoy it because it's just a waste. Everybody has their thing when they make that type of money. And let me explain. You definitely know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
When you're getting to a certain level, you can get any type of woman to do any type of thing. And after a while, the vanilla, you know what I mean? Vanilla is boring. You know what I mean by that?
Okay. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Like, I've actually personally never ran into this problem. You talk to any girl.
Really?
No, I'm like, my bed life is actually, I'm pretty vanilla. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I don't know why. Yeah, I've always had a hard time relating because people say, even if you look like 80% of like the watch is like blowjobs and like, it's like pretty vanilla stuff for the most part. So, yeah.